Okay, Donald Trump shows up. He says, any state that has built and relied on windmills and solar for power are seeing record-breaking increases in electricity and energy costs. The scam of the century. We will not approve wind or farmer destroying solar. We will not approve wind or farmer destroying solar. That sentence doesn't make sense. I mean, this whole thing doesn't make sense. But the days of stupidity are over in the... No, they're not. No, they're fucking not as long as you're in charge.
You're still the president.
Yeah, so interesting thing about this, like... Yeah, green energy is expensive compared to not green energy. But that changes when you take the subsidies that not green energy receives out of the equation.
Yep. So
if the government, like people from Europe, and even Canada, people from Canada, probably still today, I don't anymore, but I used to go to Buffalo for gas, because gas is cheaper in the States. Because y'all subsidize the fossil fuel industry more than anybody else, to the tune of something like, it's not exact and it depends on what you consider to be a subsidy, but it's anywhere between $10 and $50 billion per year goes to fossil fuel companies in subsidies. Take those away, and suddenly green energy looks a lot cheaper. And hey, as long as we're taking them away from the fossil fuel companies, why not give them to green energy? And then it gets even cheaper.
Unfortunately, we'd rather just do away with that shit for, I don't know, spiting Elon reasons. Like, that's a thing that our president is doing right now. He's just like, hey, EV incentives, let's get rid of those.
Yeah, but didn't he give Tesla an exception to that?
Did he?
I thought he did. I don't know. There was something about that we covered a few weeks ago. But yeah, no, you're like this. I know this is not exactly what they're talking about, but like I have an electric vehicle and I have a gas vehicle. We drive the electric vehicle whenever possible, like because electricity is so much fucking cheaper than gasoline. And I know that like one of the arguments that you'll like PragerU pulls this one out all the time is like, oh, you're just charging your car using electricity that was generated with coal.
And
yeah, well, first off, because of the efficiency of electric motors, if you were to charge your electric vehicle by running a gas generator, that would still use less gas than just driving with it would. Because electric motors are just that much more efficient than gas motors. But on top of that, I live in Ontario where like we don't use coal. Like it's not 100% renewable, but the vast majority of our electricity is hydronuclear, which nuclear, aside from the emissions that result from building the plant itself, is zero emission. So I like a lot of people don't like considering nuclear green. I do. I consider nuclear to be a green energy source.
I mean, the only reason, I'm going to be honest, the only reason people don't consider nuclear green energy, truly the only reason, is because they're worried about a Chernobyl event happening. That's literally all it is. Which, with the advances in nuclear technology since Chernobyl, is not going to happen. Like, the way that a nuclear energy plant works, in, like, the easiest way to explain it possible, it is steam-powered. That's what it is. You put the rods in water, steam goes up, it hits turbines. That's how the energy is developed. Is done. So the issue with nuclear is how do you stop the chain reaction from causing a meltdown? And the problem with previous reactors was that they required electricity in order to activate the safety mechanisms. So if the electricity failed, then you wouldn't be able to activate the safety mechanisms, and you'd be more likely to get a runaway reaction like Chernobyl. But with the newer reactors, when the electricity fails, like it requires a constant input of electricity in order to keep the reactor going. And when the electricity fails, then like I don't know, I don't know exactly how it works, but like a failure of electricity will automatically engage the safeguard mechanisms in a way that does not require electricity to work. It's just a matter of the physics of how the thing is built. Nuclear is the greenness of energy. It glows green. Yeah, dead man switch is the equivalent of a dead man switch. So like you have to be holding your thumb on the button in order for it to work. And then if you die, it doesn't go into meltdown. Your thumb's just not in the button anymore, so it just doesn't work anymore. It's been a long time since I've looked into exactly how.
the control rods drop and the reaction stop. Yeah, it's something about the control rods. I forget exactly. I don't know exactly the mechanism, but yeah, basically it's a failsafe that if the reactor stops working as intended, it just shuts down. It doesn't melt down, it shuts down. And that's the new reactors. Like, a lot of the reactors that we still have going are the older reactors, but even they are significantly safer than the ones run by Soviet Russia. Surprise, surprise. Like, if you actually follow all the safety protocols, even those reactors are immensely safe. So, yeah, and then Duramo 10 with the pedantry again, it actually glows Cherenkov blue. So are you aware of the Citation Needed podcast?
No.
So the premise of the podcast is we read a single article on Wikipedia and then pretend we're experts because this is the internet and that's how it works now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the joke, is that they're not an informative podcast. They're just telling fun stories based on Wikipedia articles. And sometimes, like, depending on who's doing the essay, it's usually true stuff. But, like, I would never cite them as a source for anything because they're just a bunch of people trying to be funny and entertain you. A recurring theme in their essays is a bunch of people find radioactive shit that glows, and then they, like, smear it all over their bodies and then die of radiation sickness. So it's like, now, if you find a random thing that glows, just leave it alone. Especially if you had to, like, bust apart a bunch of medical equipment to get to it. Because that was one.
Why did you...
Like, somebody took apart an x-ray machine, and they found some blue glowing stuff, and then they turned it into sparkle dust powder that they sprinkled on their kid.
And their kid's dead.
No, their kid actually survived, but had to go to the hospital.
Are you implying that Dear Leader isn't perfect, says Ninjast?
Yeah, anyway, back to the tweet. If you stop subsidizing oil and gas and fossil fuels, then green energy is a lot cheaper. And if you move those subsidies to green energy, it becomes even more cheaper. So, yeah.
Yay.
Frank Turek, it's been a while since we've seen him on here, I think. Says, why do atheists and agnostics tend to criticize Christianity more than other religions?
Because that's the one we live near. That's the reason. Like, that is literally all the fuck it is. There's...
Yeah, well, there is more to it than that. But, like, when I see this tweet, my first thought is, well, that's a very American-centric view, because I'm pretty sure the atheists that live in India probably spend more time talking about Hinduism.
Also, the other reason is that if we're in the States, it's not just the proximity of Christianity to us, it's the fact that Christianity is actively, as a religion, trying to seep its way into educational establishments.
Yeah, it's not the Muslims trying to put the Ten Commandments in schools. It's not the Jews trying to put Ten Commandments in schools. It's not the Hindus trying to put the Ten Commandments in schools. So who is it that we need to talk about? Who is it that is doing their best to try and drive out every other religion or lack of religion? Those are the ones that we need to talk about. Why is this a question that needs asking in this day and age?
Because pontificating on it makes people go, that's very interesting.
Well, I mean, Frank's account is basically just engagement baiting.
Yep.
Like, this is 100% of his account at this point. And we're going to finish on a Wendell.
I don't want to finish Wendell.
We always finish on Wendell. Atheism lacks objective meaning, often leading to existential emptiness. You know, the question people ask, what is the point of it all? However, Christianity offers hope through God's eternal purpose. So, I get to choose my own purpose is apparently not better than your purpose is to suck God's dick and nothing else.
I don't like Wendell. Okay, so here's the thing.
Nobody likes Wendell.
Here's the thing. We actually had a conversation on stream yesterday about the societal script.
Sorry to interrupt, but Mark Fernkoff says pontificating on it makes people go, ooh.
I would rather you not, and you can suck a dick. Anyway.
I can suck a dick.
You can. Sure thing. Sure, you can do that, buddy. So can I. I'm just going to go into the other room to do it. Anyway, so here's the thing. There are people, and there's nothing wrong with people having this opinion. There are people who prefer having the societal script. Now, there were a few people in my audience who didn't know what that was when I was talking about it yesterday, so we went over it really quickly. I'll do it again here. The societal script is the idea that based on a set of circumstances, your life should turn out a certain way. If you're a guy, you're going to be a provider. If you're a girl, you're going to be a nurturer. If you go to college, you're going to get a good job. These are all bits of the societal script. Now, the problem with the societal script is largely that it's not true.
It's a fiction.
Yeah, it's a fiction that people. God damn it, Hellbound Hillbilly! I swear to fucking God. Oh, whoa. There, you got your thing.
Love you, Hellbound Hillbilly.
The problem with it is that it is a fiction, but the thing with its fiction is it is not meant to be an absolute truth. It is meant to be a script one can follow. There's a lot of people who aren't very good at following that script, and there's a lot of people that script won't work for, but there's plenty of people who find a lot of comfort in that script, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with
you
that.
said comfort.
I did say comfort, and there's a ray of hope in that thought. But
I see what you did there.
But much like how there's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to follow the societal script, if that's what they're comfortable with, there's nothing wrong with somebody not wanting to follow the societal script. So when Wendell sits here and does his, well, atheism doesn't give you an existential meaning. Okay, cool. That's not a thing it's supposed to do. That's not a thing in its utility belt. It doesn't matter that it doesn't. That is not one of its jobs. It's the answer to a question. Do you believe in a deity? Thing is, Christianity also doesn't give you a script for your life either. You know who does? The pastor who stitches the fucking verses together and tries to make something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The religion didn't fucking do it. The guy who's telling you the right way to live your life, quote, quote, is the person who's actually doing that at the end of the day. So Wendell, shut the fuck up. You're wrong. There are just as many people who have lost their purpose in life attempting to follow Christianity as there are people who've tried to follow it as if it is a societal script. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Amen, Suris. Thank you for providing me with that script. That will be my purpose in life from now on.
So what you're saying is we're going to play some Magic the Gathering.
Not tonight.
If I'm providing the script, then fucking I'm writing in a game of Magic.
No, it's too late to start a game of Magic. I'm going to bed after this.
It's like when you're fighting fucking Sorceress Adele Sorceress Adia in Final Fantasy VIII, and after you kick her ass, you go to her house and you're like, you want to play trading cards? And she says yes.
Okay.
That's perfect.
I've never played that game.
You never played 8? Did you only play 7?
I did only play 7. It's me, Suris. It is me.
You found your game.
I'm the problem. It's me.
God damn it.
Because you're the sexy baby. Stoff, don't do it, Stoff. Don't you dare.
My God.
I'm sorry for what I might have just done.
I don't think Stoff would stoop that low.
Okay, let's hope so.
Stoff has standards.
I mean, there are adults that do baby play. Just saying.
You're right. And for the adults that would like to do baby play, they can go to ddlgplayground.com and they can use coupon code Suris and they can get whatever the fuck they want for that. That's their business.
Okay. Yeah. Just
you
stuff.
You opened the door wide for that.
Yeah, no, I realized that immediately after I said it, but it was too late at that point.
It was way too late for that.
Oh my God. Okay. On that note, fuck off. Maybe I'll raid someone. Are you streaming after this?
I'm going to be streaming some Donkey Kong 64 still after this.
Okay. I will raid Suris for some Donkey Kong 64. See you later. Zerg Jerk says the back door is wide open now.
Yeah, that's what the Astroglide was for.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie-chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it just a little bit.